Chapter 6 Entering the Temple. Intro, night wind howling like a pack of wolves. Torch flames whipping. Snow crust cracking under boots. Ancient pillars with carvings that blink. Title card, 1 by 1, or 2 by 2. The statue is watching. Episode 6 opens the door. Episode 6. Dead of night. Torches up. Blizzards paused, but the cold still bites. I'm bundled head to toe, hat over ears, one baijia on my back like a pretty backpack. Zero chatter. Silence so thick you can hear heartbeats. The night was deep, and the group walked in the biting cold wind, carrying torches. The heavy snowfall had stopped, but the wind was still chillingly cold, and Lin Qiushi's feet crunched on the ground. He was wearing thick clothes, with his hood pulled up to cover his ears and the lower half of his face, his body slightly hunched, and a beautiful girl was on his back. No one spoke a word the entire way, the atmosphere was eerily quiet. When the temple the carpenter had described finally appeared before everyone, someone broke the silence. "This is a temple?" Zhang Zishuang asked. "This temple looks too strange." The temple in the night looked quite strange. At first glance, it appeared very old, but upon closer inspection, one would find that the temple was actually very exquisite. The bas-reliefs on the two pillars at the entrance alone were extraordinary. Lin Qiushi put one baijia down, held up the torch and looked at the details of the relief on the pillar. He found that the relief depicted the 18 levels of hell, and both the evil ghosts and the suffering souls on the pillar appeared lifelike. "This pillar is really beautiful," one baijia suddenly exclaimed. "It is quite beautiful," Lin Qiushi agreed. "These reliefs don't seem to be products of this backward mountain village at all, they're almost like handicrafts. If everyone didn't have more important things to do right now, Lin Qiushi might have taken the time to observe carefully." "Who goes first?" Xiong Qi asked. He asked who would go in first, but no one answered. This was far too dangerous. If entering the temple was the trigger for death, wouldn't those who went in first become the victims? Why does it have to be just one person going in? One baijia suddenly asked. "What if that old man is lying to us?" Xiong Qi said, "But listening to him is better than going against him." One baijia, "That's not necessarily true." She turned to look at Lin Qiushi. "Qiushi, I'm scared, let's go in together." Lin Qiushi hesitated slightly upon hearing this, but what if the trigger condition is for two people to enter the temple together? One baijia said, "We don't know any answers right now. I'd rather take a gamble. After all, if someone goes in alone and something happens, no one will know." After she finished speaking, she glanced at the temple in the darkness in front of her. After all, if someone goes in as a person, it's hard to say what they'll come out as. Her words sent a chill down everyone's spine, including Lin Qiushi. He rubbed his arm, glanced at one baijia's expression, and finally gritted his teeth. "Fine." Xiong Qi frowned. "Do you know what you're doing? If it were just the two of you." He seemed about to offer further advice, but one baijia interrupted him. "What if it's someone else? Who can say for sure?" That was indeed the case, and Xiong Qi remained silent. "We don't care how you arrange the order," one baijia said softly. "It's too cold today, Qiushi, let's go inside and go home to sleep." The mention of sleep reminded everyone that a terrifying night was about to begin. If they lingered here any longer, they might waste their entire day, and what they might encounter then was entirely unpredictable. "Let's go." One baijia took Lin Qiushi's arm and pressed her whole body against him. Lin Qiushi was already used to one baijia's clinginess. After nodding, he gritted his teeth and said, "Let's go." The two then set off towards the temple. The others watched their retreating figures, falling into a brief silence. The temple had a wooden door, half closed, and it was pitch black inside, nothing could be seen. One baijia reached out and gently pushed open the door in front of her. With a crisp creak, the door opened, and fresh air rushed in. Lin Qiushi smelled a faint fragrance, very subtle, yet utterly out of place in this environment. Using the faint light of the torch, Lin Qiushi was able to see the decorations inside the temple. The temple wasn't large, and its structure was very simple. In the center was an incense table and some statues of deities, next to which was a huge donation box. There seemed to be some words engraved on the donation box, but Lin Qiushi couldn't see them clearly because of the distance. "Let's go," Yuan Baijie said. The two continued forward, walking toward the prayer mat in front of the statue. The statue was a Buddha statue. Lin Qiushi didn't recognize the name of the Buddha, but it looked kind and had a sense of saving all living beings. Yuan Baijie's expression was calm. She knelt down on the prayer mat and bowed to the Buddha statue. Lin Qiushi stood to the side, holding his breath. After a quiet wait, nothing happened. The Buddha statue remained compassionate, its half-closed eyes silently watching the worshippers before it. Apart from the howling wind, the temple was filled with a reassuring tranquility. Lin Qiushi breathed a sigh of relief. "It's all right." Yuan Baijie stood up and brushed the dust off her knees. "You can do it." Lin Qiushi nodded, handed the torch to Yuan Baijie, and knelt on the prayer mat to pray. Lin Qiushi didn't know what Yuan Baijie was thinking as she prayed, but she was very devout, praying for the protection of the deity before her. "All right." The few short movements seemed to have exhausted him. After finishing the prayers and finding that nothing had happened, Lin Qiushi breathed a sigh of relief. "Let's go." Yuan Baijie turned around. "We should go out." So the two of them slowly left the temple. Those standing outside were surprised to see the two of them emerge unharmed. Xiong Qi asked, "Did something happen?" Lin Qiushi shook his head, "No." Although no one said anything, the expressions on their faces were strange, and some people hesitated. "Why don't we go in twos at a time?" Xiong Qi said. "Since everyone in front is all right." "Are you sure they're all right?" One of the group members looked at Yuan Baijie and Lin Qiushi warily. "She just said that what goes in is a person, but what comes out might not be. How can you be sure that the two of them are still human?" Lin Qiushi, whose identity was being questioned, was about to explain when Yuan Baijie waved her hand to stop him from speaking. She said indifferently, "We won't persuade you. Do as you please." "Brother Xiong, I'm scared too," Xiaoku said. "Shall we go in together?" Xiong Qi seemed somewhat hesitant. Some of the more timid members started looking for partners, while others stubbornly refused to go against the old carpenter's advice. "Then let's do it our way." Xiong Qi finally made his decision. "Xiaoku, let's go in together." Xiaoku nodded in surprise. As per their previously agreed upon order, the second group to enter the temple was a lone man. He went in alone and came out alone, without any incidents occurring. However, when he emerged, he looked somewhat puzzled, as if he wanted to say something. But before he could say anything, the third group had already gone in. "What did you see in the temple?" the only man asked Lin Qiushi in a low voice. "I didn't see anything," Lin Qiushi said. "Just a statue and a prayer mat." "Don't you think that statue is a bit strange?" the man said. "I've never seen a statue like that before." Lin Qiushi was stunned when he heard this, not understanding what the man meant. The man said in a low voice, "Have you seen it before? That statue looks so strange." Lin Qiushi shook his head, not quite understanding what the man meant. But then a chilling thought popped into his head. What did the idol you saw look like?" "It's a woman." The smile vanished from Lin Qiushi's face as soon as he said this. The man was still speaking softly, oblivious to the strange expression on Lin Qiushi's face. "She didn't look like a bodhisattva at all. She just smiled at me, and what she was holding didn't look like a ritual implement held by a deity. It was more like..." "Like what?" Lin Qiushi asked dryly. "It looked more like an axe used for chopping trees." After saying this, the man glanced into the temple. "And after I finished praying, she seemed to move a little." He paused here, finally noticing Lin Qiushi's strange expression. What about you? Did you see it too? No. Although it was cruel, Lin Qiushi still told the man the truth. The Buddha statue we saw is different from yours. What's different? The man's expression changed instantly upon hearing this. What kind of statue did you see? A Buddha, Lin Qiushi said, a male one. The man's face was ashen, and his eyes were filled with fear and despair as he looked into the temple. He trembled all over and began to say, "No, no, it can't be like this, how could it be? The problem must be with you, it must be with you." After saying this, he looked around warily, as if afraid that others would overhear what he was saying. The third group consisted of Xiongqi and Xiaoku. When they came out, their expressions were also very calm, as if nothing strange had happened. Next came the fourth group, the fifth group. These groups included both men and women, and sometimes one or two people. But Lin Qiushi quickly discovered a pattern: whenever someone went in, they would come out with a rather grim expression. When the last person came out, everyone finally realized a certain pattern. The statues they saw were completely different when one person went in and when two people went in together. Lin Qiushi and the others saw a Buddha statue, but those who went in alone all saw a woman with a strange smile, holding an axe. They must be wrong. We followed the carpenter's instructions. After discovering this, someone began to break down emotionally, muttering to himself, "We can't be wrong. We can't be wrong. The idol must be that woman. Yes, it's the woman." Lin Qiushi could only comfort them. "It's not certain yet, don't be too nervous." In fact, everyone knew in their hearts that the woman could not possibly be a deity statue in a temple. What temple would enshrine such a thing? Yeah, it's not certain yet. Ruan Baijia laughed, reaching out to brush her hair aside, speaking softly. "Besides, so many people went into the temple together. Even if someone is going to die, it doesn't necessarily mean it will be you. Could you please stop laughing?" Xiaoku said rudely from the side. "Why not laugh?" Ruan Baijie retorted coldly, "It's better to die laughing than crying." As soon as she finished speaking, someone shouted, "Look at the pillar." Lin Qiushi looked up and discovered that the reliefs on the pillars had begun to slowly undulate. To be continued. Fill the well, or feed it. Buddha or axe lady. Like if you'd run. Subscribe or the carvings crawl off the pillar.